it's a big term right now. Everyone's trying to use it, H&M and all of that. I mean, what's your take on it? What's your take on sustainability in the fashion industry? And then what does sustainable mean to you and Ollari?
So everyone's been sort of asking me this question and like, how is Ollari sustainable? And obviously it's a huge buzzword around the industry now. And I think it's amazing that we have that kind of organic and sustainable hat on. And it's a conversation that we're all kind of talking internationally. For me, Ollari, I think it's not so literal. So I think when I think of sustainable, I think of like khadi, cotton, or, different dyeing, like organic vegetable dyes, or, different kinds of printing techniques that are block printing rather than digital, For me, and obviously for Ollari, I have a lot of synthetic and natural fibers. And I don't want to feel constricted. In terms of the processes, and I think that the khadi isn't my thing, I can't thrive with it. I feel like I can't thrive creatively with it. I just feel like creatively I can thrive when I have no boundaries and no walls that are, kind of holding me back from designing what it is I want to do. And our brand DNA is that workmanship, is the beading, is that handwork. So I think to Ollari, that is our sustainable version of. And I do very small units. Like I will produce 6 units, 10 units max. So I'm not really jumping ahead and saying, well, just like make 1,000 pieces and I'm sitting on dead stock, which obviously, so for me, I'm creating, my version of sustainability is creating pieces that women can wear for a lifetime. They have a long lifespan. It's a niche product, and I have lower volume. I don't just, like I said before, I don't just produce where it's not necessary. It's very, there's intention and integrity behind each of the pieces that I make and how I plan to scale that inventory. For me, I just make one collection, maybe max 10 units, sell them off, and then I move on to the next collection. So it's maintaining exclusivity for the customer, and also it's obviously beneficial for our globe in terms of not thinking volume when it's not crucial or necessary.
Right, it's like controlling wastage of the products. But I think, what you brought up around the handwork that's involved in all of your products, from like the intricate beading and everything like that, is providing quite a livelihood to a number of artisans here in India.
And I think it's very hands-on. So there's not, fumes and chemical. It's just this ancestral beauty that I can, integrate into my brand and into the core pieces. Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing Ollari today, and I love them.
Thank you. It looks great on you, and it looks super comfortable.
Super comfortable. I love your stuff. I love what you're doing.
You.
I love your brand. I'm so glad that, you're here in India. You're, not only dressing women beautifully, but, there is a lot of work and art going into your passion, and you've been able to take that, grandma's dining table idea and like made it
into like my first studio. I just think it's important too to also just be that example for younger women, whether they're students or just, no matter what market they're in, is just to say this is possible with blood, sweat, and tears. It's not going to be an easy journey, but as long as you're taking the journey and you're taking the strides, just being an example for women, I think that's important. And that's organically what I think just always wanted to do, is just be an inspiration for, and not intentionally. I just think I'm living out my journey and my dream, and I'm hoping that it can affect and just influence in a positive light another woman that's maybe scared to take her journey or her steps, and kind of just live out her her dreams, whatever that will look like for her. And obviously for women, we're all different and we all have different dreams and aspirations. But yeah, I think that's just a part of my brand too, is just empowering women to think it's possible, and without courage and without taking those strides and those leaps and the chances that I think you'll never know. So I think courage is a huge shedding light on courage and saying this is an example of what it looks like, and you should take that
No, I think
chance too.
you're such an inspiration.
Thank you.